Welcome to Divinity 648. My name is Christina, and I want to talk about mediumship and the transformation of death so that way people understand how mediumship is possible. And I'm explaining it the way that it is explained to me. So, mediumship is the communication between the physically living and the non physical living, okay? It is the communication between physical beings and non-physical beings. This is what mediumship is for Divinity 648, because this is the way that it was explained to me through spirit, okay? 7 caterpillars, 1 enclosure. One caterpillar will go into a cocoon. The caterpillar will create this, willingly step into this, not knowing what's going to come, right? We go into this life, we create our life, not knowing what's going to come. Okay? So this caterpillar lives this amazing life. 6 other caterpillars are all around it. It goes into this woven cocoon, and it goes into something that we call a dark night of the soul. This is the opportunity when the caterpillar can review its entire life, how everything unfolded, the way that it affected other individuals, the way those other individuals affected it, the things it wished it didn't do or may have been able to do differently. It is complete soul review. Okay. And then while this is going on, maybe one caterpillar feels that emotional burden or recognizes, let's be honest, recognizes the absence of the other caterpillar. You know, it just notices that its friend isn't there anymore. And it starts to go through this phase of losing that energy, right? The grieving process. So when you're around individuals, we all have auras, we have energy, okay? And when 2 auras overlap or 2 energies come together, they exchange energy and they create an energetic attachment because a part of you, your energy, is now a part of that person's energy, vice versa. Kind of like the color wheel. You take blue, you take yellow, you overlap them, and you get green, right? So y'all both will walk away, but there's still that attachment, okay? So when someone dies, when someone or a caterpillar goes into that cocoon, they go through that soul review, they get to see everything. And while people or caterpillars are, going on about their lives, learning how to continue without the presence of that other being, they're being watched, you know? When that caterpillar is in dark night of the soul, the caterpillar gets to see, okay, this is how I met so and so, this is why we crossed paths, how did we do? And then you do the soul review and you see the karmic lessons, you see how you guys helped each other, maybe whatever happened, I don't know. And then you heal and you release yourself from that physical attachment with that individual. And if that person is grieving correctly, they're cleansing their energy, they're doing the same. They go through soul review, all of their memories with you too, all of the good things, right? And then they start thinking about the bad times too, right? They try to fight it off, but sometimes they can't because the other individual's working through that same energy. And they clean it all up and they let it all go. And when both parties kind of agree to heal through that process, that butterfly breaks through the self-created enclosure and comes out new, right? It shedded the skin of a caterpillar. It, like a snake sheds its skin, A butterfly sheds the caterpillar. It creates itself into something new. And then that butterfly flies around. That butterfly is completely conscious that they just went through the transformation between being a caterpillar into a butterfly. It's conscious of this and it flutters around. And sometimes certain caterpillars, they just have this nice vibration because they're pure. Maybe they watch, you know, I don't want to get into all that. It's irrelevant. But this caterpillar remembers their friends, even if they don't consciously. They just remember. We never really let go, okay? We always have memory. And then they get this sudden random feeling that that caterpillar is around, and they're like, I know it's not here, but I feel it. Then they start to smell things. I know I can smell this. I haven't smelt this since so and so. But they keep going on about their lives. And this butterfly is flicking around, watching everything, sending vibrations. And if that caterpillar's vibration is correctly aligned, they're going to pick it up over and over and over again. And the better their vibration is, the better the communication. The lighter their energy is, the better the communication. So this caterpillar is recognizing, consciously recognizing, I'm smelling so and so, I feel so and so, what's happening, right? Then they go around and they're, looking for more signs, going throughout life, sharing their experiences, and going through their cycles. That butterfly starts talking to some, caterpillar. And that caterpillar is like, oh shit, I must be crazy, right? You go through all those crazy feelings like, oh my God. But keeps getting closer and closer and closer and delivering those messages. Now, what I know to be true is that that butterfly came very close right after it came out, but the individuals were still grieving. So their vibration was really low and they weren't able to get on the same vibration with the butterfly to receive the sound waves, the energy. Okay. So now time has gone by. They're back to being blue. The butterfly is completely gold. There's no green anywhere. But that butterfly is flickering around, sending its energy everywhere. And the caterpillars are picking up on it. The smells, the feelings, the just knowing, right? It's almost like that person never left. It's like they're right here. Mediumship, the clairs, how do you get your messages? What vibration are you really on? Are you still working towards the other clairs? Are you still working to get all of those abilities into one? Okay? The spark, it's lit. Spirituality, oh my God, this is crazy. You go through all these crazy things. You start talking to people who are non-believers. You start talking to non-believers and they try to talk you out of it. Oh, that's bad. That's devil work. Oh my God. Even though the Bible talks about prophecy, devil work. Okay. It's demonic for you to actually energetically grow the same way you do physically and emotionally and mentally. Crazy. So you get excited because you're not crazy. And you keep doing the work. You keep working on yourself. You keep listening. You talk back. You accept it. You recognize it. They get excited because, oh shit, you can actually hear me. Do you know how lonely it is? How painful it can be? to walk around and talk and visit people you love, but they don't hear you, they don't see you, they don't recognize you. And when they do, because society is a little off track, they refuse to give you the recognition. They just ignore it. Fuck that. Excuse my language. Huh. So, mediumship is the communication between the physically living and the so-called dead. It is understanding that death is only physical. It's a transformation. It's a physical transformation into a higher vibrational state of existence. And communication is possible because we are energy. Our souls are energy, their energy, everything is energy. We know this. We've proven this with science, which is a phenomena from the divine to give us the physical evidence we always need. That's what science was, that's science. Science is the ability to physically prove that something is happening because we've, for some godforsaken reason, decided seeing is believing. Seeing is the only way to believe. We need evidence, right? We need proof. So that is the transformation of death and the ability to tune your vibration to open your crown chakra, right? Get those antennas up, get those satellites out. Your crown chakra, giant satellite. Tune that. Tune it in so you can listen. And the more work you do on that crown chakra, the more you're going to listen. And you're going to hear a lot. And of course, you'll go through all of the greatness of the spiritual journey, right? The path of ascension and all these amazing things and spiritual solitude, right? Releasing yourself from things that were physically embedded or distilled in you from external influences and going within and trusting your internal intuition, your internal GPS, the divine. That's a part of the process. It's how far do you want to go? How high do you want to vibrate? How wide are you willing to open your mind? So this is the transformation of death and mediumship. Because that caterpillar put in that work to raise its vibration so it can receive messages and a clear understanding that their best friend, their lover, their family member, their friend did not die, but transformed into a limitless butterfly. Because when you're no longer physical, you're not restricted, right? Right? So these butterflies are not restricted. They're not stuck crawling around. They have wings. They can go anywhere they want, right? It's amazing. It's beautiful. And mediumship is not demonic. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Do you know when you lose someone and you're suffering through so much pain and you're like, I would do anything for just one last conversation. That's mediumship. You asked for it and you got it. People prayed for this. They prayed, right? How many people pray on a regular basis? Oh my God, I would do anything to get one last hug. Physical mediumship. That's real. You prayed for it and it was given. It's not demonic. It's a blessing that people have to work for, right? Some of us are born into it and we just need to remember. Majority of us are born with it. and you just need to work. You're like riding a bicycle or roller skating. You forget, but you get back up. You fall a couple of times, but you get back up. That's mediumship. It's a blessing. It's an opportunity to have that last conversation. It's that opportunity to check in. Hey, are you still watching out for me? Am I going crazy, or are you really sitting in the car with me playing with the radio because I'm on this radio station that never plays that kind of music, but yet your favorite song came on? Am I crazy? I had this fucking intense car, excuse my language. I had this intense car accident that I shouldn't have made it out of, but I did. And while I was going through it, I could smell jasmines. And that was your favorite scent. Am I going crazy? No. No, you're not. You're being triggered to recognize, accept, and open your mind. This is real. We prayed for this. This is a blessing. It's not demonic.